What if everything you've done to attract money, praying, visualizing, affirming, is secretly pushing it away? What if the key to wealth isn't chasing money, but pulling it effortlessly by aligning with a hidden frequency? Stay with me, because I'm about to reveal how wealthy people don't ask for money. They pull it through a profound shift in consciousness. This will transform how you experience abundance forever, opening doors to a financial reality you've only dreamed of, where money flows to you like a river finding its natural path. You've spent years pleading with the universe for money, convinced it's out there, waiting for the perfect affirmation, the right energy, or the ideal technique to flow into your life. You've visualized stacks of cash, filled gratitude journals, repeated mantras, and maybe even tried vision boards, hoping to crack the code to abundance. But every time you ask, you're radiating a signal of lack, ensuring money stays just out of reach, like a mirage shimmering in the desert. Money isn't a physical object, it's energy, a frequency, a manifestation of consciousness itself. Wealthy people, whether they realize it or not, don't chase money. They align with it, moving in harmony with the currents of abundance that are always flowing, always available. Today, you'll discover how to stop asking and start pulling money by tapping into the quantum field of abundance that surrounds you right now. This isn't about tricks, quick fixes, or superficial strategies. It's about becoming someone through whom wealth flows naturally, like a river carving its course through a willing landscape. This journey is about more than just your bank account. It's about remembering who you are at the deepest level, a creative expression of consciousness, wired to generate value and attract abundance effortlessly. By the end of this, you'll understand why asking for money keeps you stuck and how to shift into a state of being that draws wealth to you like a magnet draws iron. You'll see money not as something to chase, but as a natural reflection of the value you create and the consciousness you embody. This is an invitation to rewrite your relationship with abundance, to step into a reality where financial flow is as natural as breathing. Let's dive into the truth about money and how to align with its flow, unlocking a world of possibility that's been waiting for you all along. Most people are trapped in the asking frequency, a vibration that screams, "I don't have, so I need." This frequency is rooted in separation, positioning you as disconnected from money, as if it's an external prize you must beg, plead, or bargain for. Every time you affirm, "I need money," or visualize it coming to you from some distant source, you're reinforcing the idea that you lack it. The quantum field, like a flawless mirror, reflects this lack back, keeping you stuck in a cycle of scarcity. You're tuned to a radio station broadcasting, "Not enough," and no amount of pleading, visualizing, or affirming shifts the dial. This is why years of affirmations, manifestation rituals, or vision boards often lead to frustration, because the act of asking encodes a message of absence, and the universe faithfully delivers more of that absence, like an echo returning your own voice. Wealthy consciousness operates from a radically different state, the pulling frequency. This frequency declares, "I am that which I seek." It's not about pleading with an external force or hoping for a cosmic lottery win. It's about recognizing abundance as your inherent nature, as fundamental to you as your heartbeat. Picture standing in a room filled with radio waves, each carrying a different signal: music, news, static. Money is like those waves, always present, always broadcasting, but only accessible when you tune to the right frequency. Asking keeps you locked in lack. Pulling aligns you with abundance, allowing you to receive what's already there, waiting for you to claim it. The secret lies in coherent assumption, aligning every layer of your being, thoughts, emotions, body, and energy, with the reality that money is already flowing to you. This isn't about hoping it might happen or believing it could happen. It's about knowing it's true and moving through the world as if it is. Imagine waking up each day with the certainty that abundance is already in motion, like a river already flowing toward you, ready to meet you where you stand. This shift feels like settling into a calm certainty, relaxation that replaces the tension of grasping, the desperation of needing. It's not about forcing the universe to change. It's about changing your receptivity to what the universe is already offering, like tuning a radio to a clear station after years of static. This isn't just a mental trick. It's a vibrational realignment rooted in the principles of quantum consciousness. The quantum field responds to your energetic broadcast, not your words or wishes. When you're stuck in the asking frequency, you're sending out a signal of separation, and the field mirrors that separation, keeping money at arm's length. But when you shift to the pulling frequency, you broadcast unity with abundance, and the field responds by bringing opportunities, resources, and flow into your experience. It's like finding the right frequency on a radio. The music was always there, but now you can hear it clearly. This alignment requires you to let go of the stories you've told yourself about money, stories of scarcity, struggle, or unworthiness, and step into a new narrative where abundance is your natural state. To make this shift, start by noticing the subtle tension in your body when you think about money. Do you feel a tightness in your chest, a clenching in your stomach? That's the asking frequency at work, rooted in fear and lack. Now, imagine what it would feel like if money were already flowing to you, not someday, but right now. Feel the relaxation, the ease, the trust that comes with knowing you're already connected to abundance. This is the pulling frequency, a state of being that doesn't beg or chase, but attracts through alignment. Practice this daily, even for a moment, and watch how your perception of money begins to shift, opening doors to possibilities you never saw before. Money isn't an object waiting to land in your bank account. It's crystallized attention, consciousness shaped into form through focus, creativity, and contribution. Every dollar represents someone's effort, imagination, or service. A teacher's dedication to their students, an artist's passion poured into a painting, a programmer's ingenuity in solving a problem. Money is the measurement of value exchanged, a tangible expression of consciousness in motion, like a river carrying the energy of human creativity. When you understand this, the game changes completely. To pull money, stop asking, "How can I get money?" and start asking, "How can I give my attention in ways that create value?" This question rewires your energy, moving you from scarcity to creation, from chasing to attracting. Focusing on value creation aligns you with money's frequency. Money flows toward consciousness that generates value, like water seeking the path of least resistance. It's not about selflessness or giving your energy away for free. It's about aligning with the natural law that governs abundance. Consider a chef who infuses every dish with love, not because they're trying to make money, but because creating something extraordinary is their joy. Customers feel that joy, return again and again, and the restaurant thrives. Or think of a writer whose words touch hearts, sparking transformation. Readers buy their books, not because the writer begged, but because the value is undeniable. When you give your attention in ways that serve, inspire, or solve problems, money becomes a natural byproduct of that exchange, like fruit ripening on a well-tended tree. Ask yourself daily, what value can I create today that naturally generates financial flow? Don't overthink. Let the answer rise from your intuition, like a whisper from your deeper self. It might be as simple as offering a kind word to a colleague, sharing an idea that solves a problem, or diving fully into a task with presence and care. Notice the difference in your body. Asking for money creates a tight, grasping energy, a subtle desperation that pushes abundance away. But asking how to create value sparks expansion, creativity, and possibility, an inner spaciousness that invites flow. This is the pulling frequency in action, drawing abundance to you effortlessly, like a magnet attracting iron filings across a table. This shift requires practice, because most of us have been conditioned to see money as scarce, something to compete for or earn through struggle. But the truth is, money is as abundant as the creativity and consciousness behind it. The universe isn't withholding, it's waiting for you to tune in. When you focus on giving value, you become a conduit for abundance, and the financial flow follows naturally. It's not magic, it's alignment with the principles that govern reality. Think of it like planting a seed. You don't beg the seed to grow. You nurture it with water, sunlight, and care, and growth happens naturally. Value creation is your sunlight, your water, your care, and money is the harvest that follows. To deepen this understanding, consider how money moves in your life already. Every time you pay for something, a coffee, a subscription, a bill, you're exchanging value for value. The barista's smile, the streaming service's entertainment, the electricity powering your home. All of these are forms of crystallized attention, someone's consciousness made tangible. When you start seeing money this way, you realize it's not something to chase, it's something to channel. Your role is to offer your unique attention, your unique gifts, and let the exchange happen naturally. This perspective shifts you from a mindset of scarcity to one of flow, where money is no longer a source of stress, but a reflection of your creative contribution. To embody the pulling frequency, start each morning by asking, what value can I create today that aligns with the financial flow I desire? Let the answer emerge from your intuition, not your analytical mind. It might be a conversation you've been avoiding, a project you've procrastinated on, or simply showing up with full presence in your work? This question isn't about forcing an outcome. It's about aligning with the creative intelligence that naturally generates flow. As you move through your day, prioritize contribution over acquisition. Instead of asking, "What's in it for me?" ask, "How can I serve?" This could mean offering a fresh perspective in a meeting, helping a friend with a challenge, or pouring extra care into your work. The key is to give without attachment to immediate reward, trusting that value creation sets the stage for abundance. When you check your bank account, do so with curiosity, not fear. See it as a reflection of the value you're generating, not a judgment of your worth. This rewires your relationship with money from anxiety to trust, from scarcity to possibility. Over time, you'll notice opportunities appearing that you never saw before, not because they're new, but because your perception is now tuned to abundance. Anxiety around money begins to dissolve, replaced by a calm confidence that flow is inevitable. You start to see money as a natural byproduct of your creative expression, a feedback loop from the universe affirming your alignment. This practice isn't about working harder or sacrificing more. It's about working smarter from a place of alignment. It's about recognizing that every moment is an opportunity to create value, whether you're at work, with family, or in a brief interaction with a stranger. For example, a barista who greets each customer with genuine warmth creates a ripple of value that can lead to bigger tips, loyal customers, or unexpected opportunities. A freelancer who goes above and beyond for a client, not for a paycheck but for the joy of excellence, often finds more clients knocking. These aren't coincidences. They're the natural result of aligning with the pulling frequency, where value creation becomes a magnet for abundance. To make this practice even more powerful, pay attention to how you feel as you create value. When you act from inspiration, whether it's writing a heartfelt email, designing a beautiful graphic, or solving a problem for someone, notice the sense of aliveness, the spark of joy. This is your consciousness aligning with its natural creative state. The more you lean into this feeling, the stronger your pulling frequency becomes. It's like tuning an instrument. The more you practice, the clearer the note. Over time, this practice rewires not just your relationship with money, but your entire way of being, making abundance feel as natural as breathing. To go deeper, aim to become a wealth generator, someone who creates more value than they consume. This isn't about hoarding money out of fear or greed, but circulating it with joy, knowing that flow creates more flow. Each week, identify one way to amplify your value creation. Refine a skill that enhances your work, nurture a relationship that opens new possibilities, or elevate the quality of what you already do. Commit to excellence, not to make money, but because it's the natural expression of your consciousness when you're fully engaged. When you consistently create value, you develop abundance magnetism. Opportunities, resources, and people are drawn to you without effort, like moths to a flame. Money becomes a signal from the universe, confirming your alignment with your purpose. This creates a purpose abundance loop. The more you express your unique gifts, the more abundance flows, expanding your capacity to give. Imagine a musician who performs with such passion that audiences can't help but support them. Not because they begged, but because their art creates undeniable value. Or a small business owner who obsesses over customer delight, solving problems with creativity and care. Their revenue grows, not because they chase sales, but because they aligned with value creation. This level of wealth generation requires a shift in how you see yourself. You're not someone who needs money. You're someone through whom money flows. You're not competing for a limited resource. You're channeling an infinite one. This mindset transforms how you interact with the world. Instead of saying, "I can't afford that," you say, "That's not where I'm choosing to direct my resources right now." Instead of paying bills with resentment, you pay them with gratitude, recognizing them as evidence of the value you've received: electricity, internet, a home. Instead of hoarding money out of fear, you circulate it joyfully, knowing that energy in motion creates more energy. This is the essence of wealth generation, living in alignment with the flow of consciousness. To embody this, start seeing every financial transaction as an exchange of value. When you spend money, you're not losing something. You're participating in a cycle of abundance. The coffee you buy supports the barista, the farmer, the roaster. The rent you pay supports your landlord, the maintenance team, the community you live in. When you receive money, it's not a reward. It's a reflection of the value you've created, whether through your work, your ideas, or your presence. This perspective shifts you from scarcity to flow, from fear to trust. You begin to see yourself as a steward of abundance, channeling resources where they can create the most good. At the deepest level, you realize you're not separate from abundance. You are abundance expressing through form. Money pulling becomes as natural as breathing because you're aligned with the creative intelligence of consciousness itself. You become a wealth catalyst, where your presence sparks value for others and money flows as a byproduct, like light radiating from a star. This isn't about manipulating reality. It's about embodying the truth that you are consciousness, and consciousness is inherently abundant, generative, and creative. This level requires inspired action, following your deepest impulses, even when they defy logic or financial sense. Each evening, ask, what wants to express through me tomorrow for the highest good? Don't analyze or second-guess. Just trust the first impulse you feel upon waking. It might be starting a passion project, reaching out to a collaborator, or diving into a creative idea that lights you up. Inspired action feels inevitable, not forced, like a river carving its path through stone. It always leads to flow, though often in ways you can't predict. For example, a graphic designer might feel a sudden urge to share their work on social media, leading to a viral post and a flood of clients. Or a teacher might follow a hunch to create an online course, only to find it resonates with thousands. These are the universe's creative surprises, unlocked by trust in your inner guidance. Financial challenges are not obstacles, they're abundance initiations. A lost job, an unexpected expense, or a failed investment isn't a punishment. It's an opportunity to release limiting patterns, like the belief that money requires struggle or that abundance is finite. When you face a challenge, ask, what is this experience inviting me to let go of? Maybe it's the fear that there's not enough to go around, or the habit of tying your worth to your bank balance. When you release these blocks with curiosity rather than resistance, abundance rushes in, often through channels you couldn't imagine. A new job offer, a surprise refund, a client who appears out of nowhere. These aren't random. They're the universe responding to your cleared frequency. This level of consciousness also shifts how you see money itself. Money isn't a reward for good behavior. It's communication from the universe about your alignment with purpose. Every dollar that flows to you is the field saying, yes, keep expressing that gift. Keep creating that value. When you chase money for its own sake, you miss this conversation, and even if you get it, it feels empty. But when you see money as feedback, you start decoding its message. How can I express my gifts more fully? How can I serve life more deeply? This creates a spiral of increasing alignment, where your purpose and your abundance amplify each other, like a symphony growing richer with each note. To anchor this shift, practice seeing money as a partner in your creative journey, not a goal to achieve. When you receive a payment, pause and ask, what is this money telling me about my alignment? Maybe it's affirming the value of a project you poured your heart into, or it's nudging you to expand your reach. When you spend money, do so with intention, recognizing that you're directing energy towards something that matters to you. This conscious relationship with money transforms it from a source of stress to a tool for creation, a way to amplify your impact in the world. You don't need to wait for external challenges to evolve your consciousness. Practice voluntary evolution by proactively releasing limiting beliefs before life forces you to confront them. Each month, identify one pattern holding you back. Perhaps undercharging for your services, spending impulsively to soothe stress, or hesitating to claim your worth. Get curious. What fear is this pattern protecting? Is it rejection, unworthiness, or the belief that abundance is limited? Acknowledge that fear, thank it for trying to keep you safe, then invite it to trust that safety and abundance can coexist. This gentle inner dialogue creates lasting change without force, like coaxing a flower to bloom rather than pulling it open. For example, if you undercharge for your work, explore the fear. Perhaps it's being seen as too much or losing clients. Honor that fear's intention to protect you. Then choose to price your work in alignment with its true value. This opens space for greater flow, not by forcing change, but by collaborating with your inner self. Or if you spend impulsively, notice if it's a way to numb discomfort. Instead of shaming yourself, ask what you're avoiding and how you can face it with presence. Maybe it's a conversation you need to have, a goal you've been delaying, or a fear you've been avoiding. By addressing the root, you free up energy for creation, aligning you with abundance. Voluntary evolution is about choosing growth because you're excited about what's possible, not because you're running from pain. It's about recognizing that every limitation you release, every fear you transform, creates space for more abundance to flow. This isn't just about money. It's about evolving into the fullest expression of who you are. Each step you take toward clarity and trust expands your capacity to receive, not just financially, but in every area of life: relationships, creativity, joy. Imagine the freedom of living without the weight of scarcity, the joy of creating without fear of loss. This is what voluntary evolution offers: a path to becoming the fullest version of yourself, aligned with the infinite potential of consciousness. To make this practice practical, set aside time each month for reflection. Journal about the beliefs or habits you notice around money. Maybe you avoid checking your bank account out of fear, or you say yes to projects that undervalue your skills. Ask, what's the fear behind this? What would it feel like to let it go? Then take one small action to shift the pattern. Raise your rates, say no to a low-value opportunity, or invest in a skill that expands your impact. These small steps build momentum, rewiring your consciousness for abundance over time. At the highest level, you stop creating value for others. You help them awaken the value within themselves. You're not giving something they lack. You're reminding them of their own creative power, their own abundance. This shifts your role in the economy from competing for scarce resources to catalyzing abundance for all. You realize wealth isn't about accumulating more. It's about enabling more for yourself and others. It's about becoming a conduit for the universe's creative intelligence, allowing it to flow through you in ways that uplift everyone you touch. Imagine a conversation with a friend where, instead of offering advice, you ask questions that help them see their own brilliance. Or a workplace where your enthusiasm inspires your team to innovate, sparking ideas that benefit everyone. These moments aren't just transactions. They're acts of awakening, sparking others to recognize their gifts. When you operate this way, people feel more alive in your presence. They want to collaborate, support, and create with you, not because you asked, but because your energy is magnetic. This is true wealth magnetism. Becoming someone whose presence naturally generates value, drawing opportunities and resources effortlessly. This approach transforms every interaction into an opportunity for abundance. Whether you're talking to a cashier, a client, or a family member, practice being present with the intention to serve their highest good. Maybe it's a smile that brightens their day, a question that shifts their perspective, or a contribution that solves a problem. The form doesn't matter. What matters is the energy of giving without expectation. Over time, you'll notice that opportunities multiply, not because you're chasing them, but because you're aligned with the frequency where they live. A chance encounter might lead to a business partnership. A kind gesture might open a door you never expected. These are the universe's gifts, flowing through the channel you've created. To embody this, practice seeing every person as a co-creator in the dance of abundance. When you pay for your groceries, thank the cashier silently for their role in the exchange. When you receive a payment, acknowledge the value you've created and the trust someone placed in you. This mindset weaves you into the fabric of abundance, where every interaction becomes a thread in a larger tapestry of flow. You start to see yourself not as a lone individual scrambling for resources, but as part of a living system where value creates more value and abundance multiplies through connection. Your journey to pull money isn't just personal. It's part of a larger movement toward an economy rooted in creativity, collaboration, and service, not scarcity and competition. When you align with the pulling frequency, you model a new way of being, showing others that abundance is their birthright. The more you express your gifts, the more you inspire others to do the same, creating a ripple effect where resources flow to where they serve the highest good, creating love, beauty, and transformation. Imagine a world where wealth is measured not by what you have, but by what you contribute, where every person's unique gifts are valued, and resources move freely to support their expression. This isn't a utopian fantasy. It's a reality you help build every time you choose value creation over extraction, trust over fear, giving over grasping. Your financial evolution is woven into the collective awakening of abundance consciousness, a shift toward a world where everyone has enough because everyone is giving enough. This vision starts with you, in the small choices you make each day. When you choose to create value in a meeting, you're not just improving your work, you're contributing to a culture of collaboration. When you share your gifts generously, you're not just attracting money, you're showing others they can do the same. Every act of alignment with the pulling frequency is a vote for a new kind of economy, one where abundance flows freely because we're all expressing the creative intelligence within us. Imagine the impact if thousands, millions embrace this way of being. Businesses built on service, communities thriving on mutual support, a world where resources amplify the highest good. To contribute to this vision, notice how your actions ripple outward. When you create value, it doesn't stop with you. It touches everyone connected to that moment. A kind word to a colleague might inspire them to innovate, leading to a breakthrough that benefits their team. A project you pour your heart into might spark joy in someone who shares it, creating a chain reaction of positivity. These ripples are the seeds of a new economy, and you plant them every time you choose the pulling frequency. By living this way, you become a beacon, showing others what's possible when we align with abundance. You don't need permission to pull money. You're already consciousness, wired for abundance. Start today. Replace "how can I make money?" with "what value can I create?" Let this question guide your actions, not as a strategy, but as an experiment in alignment. Drop one word in the comments that captures your intention to align with the pulling frequency. A declaration to the quantum field of your readiness to receive what's already flowing toward you. If this resonates, subscribe to stay aligned with abundance consciousness, and share this with someone struggling financially to deepen your own embodiment. Sharing isn't just kindness, it's a way to anchor this frequency in your being, amplifying your magnetism. For a complete framework on the 9 master frequencies shaping reality, not just money, but every aspect of your life, check out my book, Beyond the Frequencies, linked below. It's a step-by-step guide to embodying the consciousness that creates effortlessly. You're not here to ask for money. You're here to pull it through the magnetism of your creative power, to become a conduit for abundance that transforms not just your life, but the world. The universe is ready, waiting for you to tune in. Are you ready to become the wealth catalyst you were born to be?